So as you're lying on your backs, just find yourself settled, comfortable. And perhaps as you settle onto the mat, just do a cleansing breath. So inhale deeply through the nose, fill the lungs, open the mouth and sigh it out. And if at any point during your practice this evening you want to do that again, then please feel free. You're in your own home, your own space. So just you're welcome to close down your eyes at any point. And as always, do a cleansing breath when you need to do one. You start finding that regular rhythm with your breathing. In and out through your nose. And I'm just going to count you in and out through the nose for a couple of rounds. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you find this regular rhythm, just feel all your senses relax. Feel yourself melt into the mat. And let's begin breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing normally now. In and out through your nose. And let's roll over onto your right side. Come up onto your knees. And we're going to start our first pose with an embryo pose. So embryo is the yin child's pose. You bring the knees together, tops of the feet are flat. And just round yourself down. Make sure your arms are either side of your body and just relax down so you can bring your forehead just to gently touch the mat. You'll feel a rounding of the spine. And you'll feel a compression of the organs. This is a really good exercise for just releasing the spinal muscles, feeling that connection with your breath, and feeling the compression of the organs down in front of the torso. This also really helps with your blood pressure. It starts to regulate your blood pressure. But just breathe as you would like to breathe in this pose. Breathe normally. If you need to do a cleansing breath, that's fine. There's no controlling of your breath. You're just letting it flow as it needs to flow. And observing what you're feeling, how your breath is flowing. And observing anything that perhaps pops into the mind. But the challenge in yin is not to run with those thoughts, not to start thinking. You need to identify with them and take them in a particular direction. You just let them flow, popping in random thoughts, random sensations. So unwind out of this embryo pose now. Winding your body back up to an upright position. And either take a cushion or take a blanket if you need it. You don't have to have it. It's just a place at the back of the thighs, between the backs of the calves and the thighs. We're going to curl the toes under and come just to squat on our toes. If this is too intense, perfectly okay to have your hands forward. You may not need the blanket at all or a cushion. You can sit directly back on the heels, or you can rest forward slightly, your choice. We're just going to hold this for a couple of minutes. And as you settle into this pose, you might feel that you're able to pull the little toes forward as well, to make sure all 5 toes are pulled forward. We're just going to hold this for another couple of minutes. So at any point it becomes too intense, just lean forward, and unpat, and then come back into it, but move mindfully. We're just really stretching through the underside of our foot. So many trigger points under the soles of our feet. If any of you have ever had reflexology, you know that there's connections there. Press into one and you'll feel another sensation somewhere else in the body. It's good just to stretch this area out, nourish it, provide again those clear channels of energy so that it can move around the body. If at any time you need to move, try not to move too quickly because you're relaxed in this pose as much as possible. So you want to prevent any injury by moving suddenly with jerks, engaging muscles, and just find a softness. And close down the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Try to relax from the rest of the body. Release the jaw, soften through the tongue. Ease any creases in the face, just so you let it be soft. Final few seconds. So moving mindfully, we come forward from this, uncurl the toes. It's always nice sensation just to pat them out afterwards, tapping them lightly. And again, any transition between these toes, it's always good to recognize the sensations, feel the after effects, the vibrations, whatever you're feeling. We're going to come into our threading needle pose, but we're going to extend the legs. So we're going to start on the right first of all. So from our tabletop pose, just take the right leg out to the side. Have the sole flat to the floor. And then we're going to take the right arm up. So take the right arm up to 12 o'clock. Then take it underneath the left armpit. So you can bring the left side of the face down to the mat. If you need to bring a cushion there, that's perfectly okay. And as you settle in this pose, you might want to take your left arm up and then take the bind, so you can take the fingers around your spine and into the crease of the opposite thigh, if that's more comfortable. If not, then please extend your left arm forward to the top end of your mat, wherever you feel is right for you. And we're just going to hold this pose for 2 minutes. So again, this is not about reaching or pulling or pushing. The knee is gently locked. The toes are lightly placed on the floor. You're not pulling at the floor. You're just gently extending your legs inside. You're feeling a rotation through the upper body, as well as the stretch down the inner thigh. So we're working here on 2 sets of meridian lines, the heart with the small intestine meridian line, which is focusing on the arms, the inner arm and the outer arm, the armpits. It works around the shoulder area, to the neck and face and ears. And then the stomach and spleen, the spleen and stomach meridian lines work mainly on the inner leg and the top of the leg, all the way down to the toes as they pass through the torso into the organs. More seconds. So just push the left hand back into the floor. Mindfully bring yourself up. Keep the leg extended so that you can push the body all the way back to come and sit on your left heel. And then bring the forehead down to the mat. So if you need any support under your extended leg, if you're feeling the stretch is too intense, then please feel free just to put a blanket there, a cushion underneath your knee or your extended leg, your inner thigh area. Otherwise, close your eyes down, allow your belly to be soft on the thigh. You're holding this for a couple of minutes. And soften through the elbows, make sure there's no tension in the neck. Your head can rest on a cushion or directly on the floor, wherever you feel is right for you. But surrender to the softness of your pose. Don't engage the muscles. You want to be soft so that you can really start to open up in the pose. Let the gravity and your body weight work for you. Let the ligaments start to stretch as you hold these poses in stillness. And then we're creating more space in the body as those ligaments start to stretch in that deeper range of movement. And halfway on this side. So moving mindfully, we're just going to stretch, take our body upright. And the leg that is extended, please bring it forward now so that we can come into our dragon pose. So there's various options with dragon. You want to get your knee and your foot in one line. You can rest your torso on top of it. So that's one stage for dragon. If you need any padding under the back knee, that's perfectly okay. Or even a cushion, some sort of high cushion under your thigh to support your hip flexor, that's also okay. If you're opening this, then just toe heel your foot out to the edge of the mat. Turn the toe out slightly towards a 2 o'clock sort of position. Soften through the elbows and you can sink down a little bit deeper into this. You might need a bolster or a cushion or a block to rest on, or you can come all the way down to your elbows if that's part of your practice. And again, this is a 2-minute pose, so you have time to work into this, time to open up in the pose. So don't push or pull, don't bounce into it, just let yourself naturally start to open up in this. In your head, you can let it hang, don't have any tension in the neck, you can just let it hang. Look through your legs towards the back of the mat, and we invite you to close down your eyes. So it's softness through the body. We're speaking about the meridian lines that we're working on today, the heart and the small intestine and the stomach and spleen. These meridian lines really help with balancing our emotions. We're not going to swing between joy and melancholy. We're not going to feel sadness or jealousy. Just looking for integrity and tranquility and balanced emotions. And if you have a block in your heart and your small intestine meridian line, the physical manifestation as evidence of this is perhaps the bluish lips with the white border, any sort of tinnitus that you can get, and sweats, insomnia, plus the cold feeling you can get in your chest and your limbs. These are things just to be aware of so that we can keep working on finding a balance. So if you're on your elbows, just gently push up onto your hands, engaging your arm muscles and your abdominals slightly. And then you're going to take the weight all the way back. Come and sit just on the side. You're going to take the heel to one side, and then you're going to bring your other foot around so you can bring yourself into cow face lay. So you're stacking the knees. So the heels of that heels are both sides of the hips, and you're stacking your knees. If this is too much, then just move on to your left hip and extend your left leg forward so that you can stack your right knee on top of your left. So whichever is right for you. Please don't worry if your heels are not both sides of your hips. If you're sitting on one heel, that's perfectly okay. We've all got different pelvis bowls and the shapes of our pelvis bowls are all unique to us. So don't worry about if you can't be rounded on your seat bones. Neck of the femur might be a little bit narrow on others and wider on others. So we've all got different size. And then I invite you as well just to bring in eagle arms. So I would suggest bringing the right arm under the left, because the right knee is on top. And you can cross at the elbows and cross at the wrists, bringing the hands together in front of your face. Your choice here, you can just let the head, let the belly be soft as you just compress into the organs. If you want to, you can hook the elbows over the knees and fold forward slightly, or you can just stay upright for a couple of minutes, just to really start working on our circulation. And in particular, it's the heart and small intestine meridian lines that we're working on. With binding the arms like this, those meridian lines work down the inner arm and the outer arm, and across the shoulders. Final 15 seconds on this side. Unbind the arms. And then we're going to come into our cradle pose. So if you are in full cow face legs, please now just extend your left leg forward. If you're in your half cow face, you're going to just bring the leg up and coming into cradle. Now there's two options here because it is quite a deep hip opening. So cradle, you're going to pull the foot, the right foot towards you. You might be able to hook that into the elbow of your left hand and then bring the right hand around it as if you're cradling a baby. Okay? If this is too much for you, then I invite you to, you can hold it there comfortably, you can extend the arms, you can just use a little bit of arm muscle to pull it in. If that's too intense, I invite you to come down to the mat, bring the right ankle over the left knee, and take the leg up, taking your right hand between your legs, and just lying with our figure of four legs, with that leg extended. So your choice there. We've got a couple of minutes. Set the time. So again, although we're really stretching into the body here, stretching into the hips, so we're working on our stomach and spleen meridian lines in this particular pose. Please be soft through your extended leg. Don't hold any tension in the toes, don't feel you're flexing the feet up to the ceiling. Then be really soft in the belly, soft through the hips. Hold, either link through the fingers, interlace the fingers. You might be just gently holding around the leg wherever you are, what stage you're at. If you're trying to not engage muscles particularly, you want to be as soft as possible. You think of holding the muscles is creating tension and heat in the body. And this sequence is actually designed to help you with hot temperatures. Hopefully we're going to get some hot temperatures this week, so you might want to call on some of these poses again. Because as we really absorb those solar rays and the heat in this, we overwork the body. It tries to regulate blood circulation and temperature. You start to overwork, and that's when we start to feel a bit lethargic, humidity, you get tired. And so you need to just allow your body to cool down properly. Some of these poses help to do that when you work on the heart and small intestine and the stomach and spleen meridian lines in particular. It helps cool the body down. Final few seconds. And just mindfully release, let the ankle across the knee of the opposite leg and bend at that knee as you come down onto the mat. We are going to take the hand through the eye of the needle here, so the right hand goes between the legs, interlace at the back of the left or on top of your shin. And again, the back of the neck is long, so if you need to put a cushion underneath the neck, then please, and the head, the back of the head, then please do so. Make sure your forehead and the chin are in one line rather than the chin being higher. And just relax back, holding yourself through the eye of the needle in this figure of four shape. Final 20 seconds. Unbind the hands, allow the feet down to the mat, still with the knees bent. Perhaps take the feet to the edges of the mat and let the knees fall in, so the spine can settle again, the hips can settle. And then gently, with your breath, allow the knees to fall to one side and down to the other. So inhale coming up, exhale going down. And then find some stillness again. You roll over onto your right side. Push yourself back up to upright. And we're coming into that sequence now, but we're taking it onto the left. So we're extending the left leg out, coming into tabletop. And the left arm is going up first of all. So it's into our threading the needle with the leg extended. So left arm goes up on the inhale, exhale, take it under the right armpit. And just see what is right for you as you settle the head down to the mat, whether you leave it on a cushion or you're okay directly on the floor. If you want to take the bind, or if you want to extend your right arm forward. But be aware, again, of the body that's not holding tension anywhere, that you find softness in this extension. And then you find stillness, you hold that stillness to really work beyond the muscles, the deeper connective tissue of your body. It's that deeper system of our nerve, the nervous system, as we slow it down. Halfway on this side. As you bring your right hand down to the floor, mindfully engage the abdominals and the arm muscles as you bring yourself up and then come down to sit in your half wide leg child's pose. And again, fold, hips are to the heel, forehead can come down lightly to the mat, soften through the elbows, support your inner leg if you need to by just putting a cushion there, or roll blanket. Just feel that connection, compression in the torso. 44 seconds in this pose. Engage the abdominals, the arms as you come upright, and lift the leg forward to come into dragon on this side. Remembering the options, the modifications, you can either rest the torso with your hands either side of the foot. That's comfortable, you're not feeling any challenge there, and just take the foot out towards the edge of the mat, direct it towards 11 o'clock-ish, 10 o'clock-ish, and soften through the elbows so you can sink deeper into this as you open up. And if you need to put padding under the back knee, then please make sure you're comfortable, but not too comfortable. You want to sensationalize this pose. This really works on the stomach and spleen meridian lines that start at the big toe, go up the inside of the leg and through the organs of the torso, in particular obviously the spleen and the stomach. It also works its way up to the head, ends at the root of the tongue, And then it starts at the nose edge to work its way back down the body through the torso, going over the top of the leg into the second toe. This line of energy, chi if you want to call it that, or prana is another word you can use, really focuses on allowing your body and your emotions to be open, to be fair, to do chance for deep thinking rather than unreasonable worry. And obviously with it being passing through the stomach and the spleen, and the physical manifestations are usually things to do with digestion, any sort of stomach problems, abdominal problems. Because it works through the throat and up to the nose, it can also lead to nosebleeds or sore throats, even gummy, upper gummy. Indications to look for. Walk your body back now. We come into cradle pose on a cow face, on this side. So you're taking the left knee over the top and spread the heels and sit down either on your heel or between your heels. If this is too much, then extend your right leg forward and stack your left knee on top of your right. And then with the arms, this time it's the left arm under the right. And then decide where you want your body. As you cross at the elbows, cross at the wrists. You can either fold forward, take the elbows over the knees and just hook there, or you can stay upright. And work with what is right for you today. A couple of minutes. Allowing your body to settle rather than pulling or pushing it into the pose. So let it open up. It's in the poses that we find challenging that you then need to just remember to scan the body. Maybe starting from the crown of the head, making sure the face is soft, the tongue, the jaw is released, that message of softness passes to the rest of the body. And smooth it like a wave across the shoulders, down the torso, softening the belly, the hips, the groin, ending with the soles and the toes, softness. And those areas that are tight, your eyes are closed, maybe give them a colour or give it a visible symbol like a wall. Imagine your breath just knocking the wall down or breathing through that colour, lightening it until it's no longer there. And that tension just melts away. 30 more seconds. Unbind the arms. Roll onto your right hip so you can extend your right leg out to the top of the mat. And then we're coming into cradle on this side. So the left foot is drawn in. You can hook it in the elbow or you can hook the other elbow around the knee. Just to find as if you're cradling a baby. If you haven't got that, then I invite you just to hold it a little bit further away. Just find a reasonably comfortably grip. Interlacing the fingers always adds that yoga lock. Or if this side is just a little bit tighter, because we are imbalanced generally, then come down to the mat. Take your eye of the needle through, the left hand goes through the middle, and extend your right leg up to the ceiling, with back of the neck long, chin is level with the chin is level with the forehead. So your choice. Wherever you're at, remember to not hold tension through the feet, through the belly, finding softness. Try to hold that stillness so that you're really able to start working on lengthening the ligaments. That stillness then also really works into improving the quality of your synovial fluid. And that works its way into cushioning between the joints, absorbed through the cartilage. Provides that extra cushioning, so we're not going to get the bone on bone friction. And hopefully hold off any arthritis or rheumatism. Final few seconds in this pose. So release the leg mindfully. Just place the ankle on top of the right knee so that you can bend that knee and then come down to the mat. So we're ready to thread the needle, go through the eye of the needle on this side. Taking the left hand through, interlace the hands at the back of the thigh or on top of the shin, and then allow the spine down so the back of the neck is long. So if you're struggling to keep the back of the neck long, Please take your head on top of the cushion so that you can keep that level. And make sure you're not holding tension in the ankles and the feet. It's a common place to start holding it in this pose. As you interlace the hands and the fingers, you're not pulling the knee in, it's the weight of the arms as the shoulder sockets sink towards the floor that you're then gradually pulling the knee towards you. That's your own natural body weight, your own natural gravity. Combine the hands, the fingers to allow the foot down to the outside edge of the mat and the other foot to the opposite edge. Allow the knees to fall in like toothy knees. As the hips just settle back to the earth, the mat, the spine settles, and then using your breath, just window wipe the knees side to side, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. And then again, find stillness. Allow the knees to TP, or you can extend the legs if you prefer. Just for this moment of transition. And then we roll onto our right side. Push it up so that you can come all the way, all the way up so that we can come into our Sphinx pose. We're going to turn around and come onto our bellies. Now, there will be pressure on the pelvic, the pubic area, so if you need to take the blanket across the mat in that area, then that's an extra bit of cushioning for you. But Sphinx pose is elbows are slightly beyond your shoulder line. You can bring the hands together, prayer, or just relax one inside the other. And then just find that natural extension through the spine, coming all the way to the crown of the head. So the head, the neck is following that line of the spine, the curve of the spine, rather than dropping down. If you do find that the neck is going to get stiff, then just drop it mindfully, just move it from one side to the other, and then come back up again so it's still following that curve. If you're not feeling anything in Sphinx pose, if you've got a really good extension of the back, I invite you to come into seal, where you're taking the hands to the edge of the mat, turn the palms, so the palms are flat, the fingers are turned out slightly, like seal flippers. Lock the elbows, sink into the shoulders, and again, just find that natural extension. And the closer your hands are to your body, the more intense it is. So See what is right for you. Then I want you to relax through the base of the spine, the backs of the legs, the glute muscles. We're going to hold this for 3 minutes. I'll give you a time shout, so if you do want to work your way up into seal as you feel yourself opening up in this pose, as you extend through the spine, then you have a chance to work your way up into seal as well if you'd like to. If you're feeling any pinching in the lower spine, please just engage your inner thigh muscles slightly, your glute muscles. Hold them and then release them. And try to make the release longer than the hold. And again, it's that sensation of just letting yourself go soft, muscularly disengage. Just think about the lines of energy having no tension in the body, so they can really flow through the body. From the tips of the toes all the way to the crown of the head. We have 2 minutes left in this pose. We have 1 minute left in this pose. So any sort of stress you're feeling on your joints is meant to be a good stress. It shouldn't be pain. It should be that point of discomfort, that point before you want to pull out of it. You want to make sure you're feeling something in these poses. Engage your abdominals and your arm muscles as you come out of this so you're not collapsing down to the floor. And then you're going to stack your forearms and then just rest your forehead on the stacked forearms as you come into crocodile. Making sure you're feeling completely soft from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head. Taking your hands either side of your chest and rib cage, just engage your arm muscles, your abdominals, as you push back into yin child's pose, which is arms down the side, belly soft, and forehead down to the mat. So you'll feel that natural curling at the base of the spine. It's just a counter pose to the back bend that we had, that extension in our Sphinx pose or seal pose. Just allow yourself to rest for a moment here. Again, it's that transition. So recognize any feelings, any vibrations that you feel within the body. As you bring the body back upright, just roll out of it with your unraveling the body, come up to bring your body upright. And our final pose is going to be our caterpillar pose. So take a rolled blanket if you can, or double up a cushion. So it just comes to the backs of the knees. So your backs of your knees can soften here. Your legs can rest. If you feel that your pelvis is not able to tilt forward, if you find that you're more sort of rounded that way, then just take a cushion or something a little bit thicker, just to rest your seat bones on so you can get the tilt of the pelvis forward. And then as you find length, first of all, then you're going to fold over the legs. You can take the arms along, you can take them on top and just bring your hands in between as you drop the head down. If this is too intense, a forward fold. If anybody has disc or sciatic issue, please don't roll forward like this. We'll do legs up the wall, so I'll come and have a look who's not able to do this. But you can always take a cushion as well and rest your body on top of a larger cushion or a doubled up cushion on top of your legs. Your choice there. Can you give me a wave if you've got any disc or sciatic issues, and I can just give you some instruction there. You all good? Excellent. So as you observe your breath here, feel that compression, that constriction at the front of the body, and visualize almost the expansion at the back of the ribs, really creating space between the vertebrae as we breathe into the backs of the rib cage. One more minute in this pose. Engage through the abdominals as you walk your hands backwards. We're going to roll all the way down into our final Savasana. So quite nice to sometimes keep the blanket there behind the backs of the knees. It might be nice at the lower spine. But just make yourself comfortable. Make sure the shoulders are flat, the back of the neck is long. Open the palms to the ceiling. And just relax in your final Savasana. If you need to cover yourself with a blanket, with socks on, with an extra top on, then now's the time to do it. And I'll just time you in for your final Savasana. Releasing any tension in the body, melting into the mat. Our bodies and our hearts are intricately connected. When we release tension, and pain in the body, we often release it in the heart as well. By nurturing both the body and the heart, we can more easily experience contentment and joy. Yoga opens up our bodies, which opens up our hearts. If our hearts are ill at ease, for example, if we're feeling upset, challenged, or closed off, practice yoga. It just creates a shift. The next time your heart feels ill at ease, try moving back onto your mat and see what happens. Breathe into the body, breathe in new awareness, and exhale any lasting tension. And on your next inhale, perhaps take your arms overhead, stretch through your fingertips and stretch through your toes as you waken up and find new space has been created there. And roll over onto your right side, come up to comfortable seated. And then we can bring our hands to our heart center. Let's take the shoulders all the way up to the ears, take them back and then down so you can just feel yourself slotting into spots. And your spine is directly above your hips. Inhale deeply, fill the chest, fill the belly. Exhale, open the mouth and side out. Thank you for letting me guide you through your practice this evening. Namaste, everybody.